This video demonstrates how to make and bake a Swiss roll in the oven. Pupils need to learn how to use the ovens safely. There are many types of ovens used in schools. Become familiar with the ovens in the food room. Check that the shelves are set at the right height in the oven. Making a Swiss roll is a vehicle for pupils to demonstrate several food skills, such as measuring, sifting, whisking, lining a tin, spreading, rolling up, and using an oven.
Preheat the oven to 200 degrees C or gas mark 6. Place the sugar and eggs into a large mixing bowl.
Remind pupils to weigh and measure ingredients correctly. Have the greaseproof paper or parchment paper pre-cut to size to save lesson time.
Using an electric hand whisk, whisk the eggs and sugar together until they are thick, creamy, and white.
Ensure that you are familiar with the hand whisks, how to assemble and disassemble them, and that the correct beaters fit. When placing the beaters into the whisk, ensure that it is unplugged. When starting to mix, start on the slowest speed and increase steadily. This prevents ingredients from being thrown out of the bowl and making a mess.
It's important to be very careful when using an electric hand whisk so that fingers or long hair do not get caught in the beaters. It should leave a trail of mixture over the top when ready. Sift the flour into the bowl using the side of your hand to help. Then, using a metal spoon, gently cut through the mixture and fold it over in one smooth action.
Sifting removes any lumps and adds air. A metal spoon cuts through the mix, then turns the mixture over. The bowl is rotated with the cutting action continued until the ingredients are incorporated. Describing the action as a figure of 8 can be helpful.
Repeat the folding action until all the flour and any other ingredients, such as cocoa powder, are combined. Pour the mixture into the lined Swiss roll tin, using a spatula to make sure you remove everything from the bowl. Gently move the tray around so that the cake mix covers the tin. Using oven gloves, place the tin into a preheated oven for 8 to 10 minutes until golden brown and firm to the touch. Make sure not to overcook the cake mix at this stage. Whilst the Swiss roll is baking, place a piece of greaseproof paper on the work surface and sprinkle the extra sugar on top. Then warm the jam in a microwave for between 10 and 15 seconds.
Your classroom may only have a few microwave ovens. If so, task a few pupils to warm the jam for the class. The jam is warmed so it spreads more easily and smoothly. Pupils could use a range of different jams or curds.
Remove the Swiss roll using oven gloves and turn off the oven.
Ensure that pupils use oven gloves, placing food into and removing food from the oven. Remind pupils about the timing. If the cakes are overcooked, the Swiss rolls will crack and may not roll up properly.
Tip the Swiss roll onto the sugared paper, then peel off the lining paper from the back. Spread the warm jam over the Swiss roll with a palette knife. Roll it up, using the paper to help you.
If pupils struggle, a tea towel can also be used to help roll up the Swiss roll. The Swiss roll should be cooled on a cooling rack.
Allow the Swiss roll to cool, then serve.
Check your school policy for risk assessment, first aid and dealing with accidents. Ensure that you know and follow the school policy on dealing with and reporting any accidents, such as cuts and burns. Top tips. The ovens could be preheated before the lesson if time is short. Pre-cut the greaseproof paper to size. Become familiar with the electric whisks in your school, checking that they have the correct beaters. When in use, pupils should always start on the slowest speed and gradually increase. Have small pots of sugar and jam ready. Task a few pupils to warm the jam for the class. Give reminders of timings to pupils so that their sponge is not overcooked.